Yo guys, it's your boy Moses, and in this video I'm about to show you guys how you can change your root key and root scale of as many instances of auto-tunes, WavesTune that you have in your setup for like your singers and your vocalist. How you can change it one time and it will affect every instance of that plugin in your session or for your live stream, for everything. All right, so let's get in the video. All right, welcome to the channel, guys. It's your boy Moses. If you don't know me and this is coming through to your feed for the very first time, I'm a musician, music producer, and audio engineer. I do a lot of live stream stuff for different churches, set up live stream templates for you that you can get consistent sound. One of the issues that I realize is a lot of people want to have WavesTune auto-tune set up in their built-in into their template. The problem begins when you have to manually change 15 instances of these auto-tunes. Like, let's say we modulate from C to C sharp. You have to manually change every 15 or 16 instances of each singer's. And then before you finish changing this 16, we've modulated again to the next key. I mean, you're just going to keep chasing your tail, right? So in this video, I'm about to show you the workaround that I have found so that in one instance of you moving a button, every instance, whatever you want to change, all of them follows and they change to the next key you want them to go. If you want to bypass all instances of your WavesTune, it does that for you. If you want to change from, major scale to chromatic scale, it does that for you. So make sure you watch this video, because at the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I set this thing up and you can use it in any DAW for yourself. So let's get into Studio One, which is the DAW I'm using right now for a particular ministry's live stream template, right? This plugin that is going to help you to achieve this is called KSHMRChain, that was developed by Excite Audio. This is not a paid sponsorship. This is something I had to figure out on my own. So this is not money as an exchanger. They are not sending me to do this video. I'm sharing this with you because I think it's going to change a lot of people's life who does this for a living or for fun or for whatever, right? So you want to go ahead and find KSHMRChain, right? I'm going to open it up so you see KSHMRChain by Excite Audio. Download it, buy it, and install it. When you install it, there are two versions that comes with it. All right. So the KSHMRChain one is the chain leader, as you can see on my screen right now, the chain leader, and another one that comes with it is what we call the chain follower. Okay. So chain leader and chain follower. What you want to do is this: anything you do inside of chain leader, it affects what you will get in your chain follower. So you can load one instance of chain leader and many instances of chain follower. So let's say in this particular case, we have a lead 1 singer, we have a lead 2, we have alto 1 all the way down to alto soprano 3, right? About 10 singers right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 singers plus the lead 2 singer, making it 11 singers, and then the lead 1, 12 singers. So now one instance of chain leader and several instances of chain follower. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Once we open this thing up, install this plugin, or you want to put in your tuning plugin of your choice. In this case, I'm using WavesTune Real-Time. Okay, so WavesTune Real-Time right here. So once I load in WavesTune Real-Time right here, I want to make sure I put it in group A. Okay, so group A is the first group, and I want to make sure every of my follower, plugin, they are also in group A, so that once I make any change right here in the leader, it affects what happens in the follower. So I have developed it in a way where I can also just use knobs and mouse, move things quickly. This is like a macro that I developed, and this comes with some macros as well. So you can see macro 1 all the way down to macro 8, and I've assigned this macro 1 to macro 8 to all this macro in Studio One. If whatever DAW you use, there's probably something like that you can, do some macro. Logic, I know Logic does that. Ableton is probably able to do that as well. So I've just assigned, what I've just done is, assign each of these knobs to all these macros that are here already. So if you can see them here, you can see this is following macro 1, macro 2, macro 3, all the way down to, all that stuff. So what I'm doing here is this. So if I close this up, go back to the WavesTune, you can see right here, all the instances of WavesTune I bypassed because I've bypassed it. So with this, my bypass macro right here, I can turn them on. Once I turn it on, you can see both the leader and the follower comes on. All right, because whatever I do on the leader, this macro is on the, you can see it's on the lead 1 channel. Anything I'm doing, I have to set it up on the lead 1 channel, which is the chain leader channel, so that whatever I'm doing here affect all my follower instances. So I'm only showing you lead 2 right here, but I promise you, if we go through all of these auto 1, auto 2, one by one, you will see they are all in the same key. And I can come here to lead 1 channel right here and change my key from, let's say, key, I can go to key E right here. So you can see this is key E right here on my, for example, this is the chain leader plugin right here. This one is for the lead 2 right here, and you can see it's also it has changed to E major at the same time. If we open up the one for the auto 1 as well, and we pin it here, you can see it has also changed to E. So everything will change to E. So I'm gonna move all these 3 on the screen, and hopefully we are able to kind of see what is happening as I'm moving my plugins, and I'm moving all the parameters that I've mapped, and I've created all this mapping. Okay, so I can, let's say we're moving to C major, right? Once I move this mouse to C, all right, everything is at C major. And if we're singing some funny notes that are like, chromatic scales in there, all the accidental notes, I can change this from major note to chromatic. Okay, so you see it has changed to chromatic. All the scale changed to chromatic scale. We're still in whatever key we want, right? C or C sharp, but it's in chromatic scale. So let's say, okay, we're moving on to major scale. We've gone to major scale ASAP. You can see all of them changing. I don't want to take your time in this video. That's why I'm rushing through it. Let's say we modulate to C sharp. I can just move this mouse and it changes to C sharp. Let's say we're going to F immediately to the next song. Boom, we are in F immediately. And let's say we're singing a song and I don't know the key they are singing the song at. That means we don't have to use auto-tune, right? I can just bypass all the instances of auto-tune, and all of them, they've gone dark. They've gone bypassed, all of them. And I can bring them back once I know what key we are in. I can turn them on and go, okay, we are in A flat. All right, A flat. So now we are going to be in what? A flat for all instances of my WavesTune. All right. So now let me show you guys the setup, the patches, what I've done here. So if in the chain leader right now, I'm going to show you my macros, parameters, and how I have set them up. So macro 1 is going to be going for, the plugin, which is the WavesTune, and the scale root. Our scale root is, we're using scale root, right? So you want to select scale root inside of this section. And you want to do the same thing for all of you have 12 keys, right? But we're going to divide this into 6, right? We're going to divide this into 6. So one knob, one macro is going to control 2 keys. So macro 1 is going to control the key of C and C sharp, okay, or D flat. All right. Macro 2 is going to control the key of D and E flat, okay. And macro 3 is going to control the key of F and E and F, right? So what you want to do is come in here, you select your scale root, and you have what we call the minimum and maximum. So these are the values that I have tweaked, and they work in a way where when you move this parameter, right, this is between 0 and 5, yes, you can see. So if you move this parameter from 0 to 100, whatever it's doing is just doing 0 to 5. really. Although you're seeing 0 to 100 here, but the maximum value that you set is what? 0 to 5. What that is doing is that, so if I close this and we open our plugin, okay? We open our plugin, all right? So this is it right here. You can see C and C sharp, okay? I'm going to go to my macros tab. So from 0 to 5 is between my C and C sharp. And from my 18, macro 2 now, from 18 to 26, I'm choosing the key because the way WavesTune works, sometimes you will have C and you will have C sharp, then you will also have D flat as well. So you want to stay between only the extremes. So in like this case, we're using macros between C and C sharp only so that this will never go beyond C sharp, right? This one, we're using the key of D, right? Here, right? D and D sharp. We will never go beyond D sharp and we will never get to E flat, okay? Because we want this to just be up and down. If I move my fader up, I know it's always going to be at this note. If I move it all the way to the other end, it's going to be at this note. For example, I can use this and map my parameters. All these guys, I can map them into these knobs, onto these knobs, all right? Or I can map them into this fader. So if I move this fader up or down, I know that I'm only in between two keys anyways. I will never go beyond those two keys. So that is the reason why I'm setting it up that way. I want to make sure I'm between two keys and never go beyond those two keys. And you do the same thing for the other keys as well, right? So, if you see macro 6, in this case, if we go on to macro 6, it's in between, that one has actually been, so let's say macro 6, it should be between B flat and B. That's what we want, right? Macro 6 should be between B flat and B. So let's say B flat, B. So when I'm at about, you see, you have to kind of walk around and play with these parameters, right? So I am here, B flat. No, I want to only be between B flat. I want to be between B flat and B. So let's go to 92. So we are B flat. And once I go, and once I go past 50%, I want to already be at B. So let's say once I go past 50, 44, you see that? So let's say 93. Actually, 93 should be fine. Once I go past 50%, B flat, I go past 50%, I'm already at B. All right. And so between 93 and 100, that is my B and B flat. And as I'm moving this, you can also see my parameters, my MIDI control that I set up is also connected to this. And I can make sure my MIDI controller that I showed you guys, I can map them to these knobs right here, either a fader or a knob. So with the move of a button, or you can use your mouse as well. You can just always control the parameters. So the bypass, what I've done is you want to, when you are bypassing this chain, use the bypass here. Don't use the bypass of your, the plugin of your DAW, the bypass option in your DAW. Use the bypass they've provided for you here so that you're not getting any kind of clicks or pops or anything like that. You want to use this one. That's the most effective way to do it so that it's always clean and you are not getting, because sometimes when you are live tracking and you bypass, when you're recording and you bypass a plugin, sometimes you just hear these clicks and pop sounds. So you want to use the bypass in here to get that done. So I come to my knob number 8 in here, and what I've done is assign it to the bypass option, which is the very first thing that shows up in the plugin. So the bypass option is what I have loaded in here to be my macro number 8 on my DAW, not the macro inside of the plugin, right? Don't mix them up. It's the macro on my DAW. I've mapped it into my bass. I had to flip the inversion as well. So you can see this one is going this way, but this one is a little bit inverted. Whatever, the way you guys are going to do that in your DAW, you know how to do that, but you invert it so that when it is down, it is off, and when it's up, it's on. Okay, or whichever way you want it. If you want it when it's up, it's bypassed, and when it's down, it's not bypassed. That's good as well. I hope you've learned something in this video. If you have, please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And if you're looking to set up a live stream template, you're looking for someone to consult to talk about your church live stream template and all of that, you can reach out to me, send me a DM, send me an email, comment down below on the video. Let me know if you want good live stream sound for your church, for your ministry, all that kind of stuff. And if you want to consult me on music production, choir development style and all those kind of things as well, my DM is open. Feel free to reach out and we can set up something in my calendar. All right. I hope you've learned something in this video. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for your support. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.